Hello everyone, this is Deepika Steko. Today Giovanni and I are visiting Chandran as he wanted us to come and see him. So here we are entering his office with all his movie memorabilia. He started on the set of the bridge of River Kwai when they came to Sri Lanka and wanted to rent a place and had come to Colombo to look for a place and to meet his parents to see whether they had an annex. And there he met Eddie Fowley. He will explain all that. And he wanted to be in charge of the props, chief of props, and he was a prop master himself. And now we see here, I believe this is Henry Ford and in Indiana Jones. So here he is when it was filmed here by Spielberg, and Steven Spielberg calls Chandran his best friend from Asia, and this is his last film that he did. It's a true story with Jacqueline Fernandez, and she was one time Miss Sri Lanka competing for Miss World. I believe that's the time that President Trump, I saw him giving sort of compliment to Jacqueline on watching the show that time. And this is, the movie was called According to Matthew. And this is the famous Sir Ben Kingsley, whom we intend having for Taste of Freedom. And he is basically, Chandran and he are good friends. So he had verbally confirmed, and the time is right, and it's funded that he'll be on board. So, and now we are entering Chandran's office. He's discussing with Giovanni as he's interested in doing a documentary of his dad, and as he was a musician in the times of
In Search of.
old Hollywood, where he used to sing in the circuit of Hollywood, and also he had sung in the Apollo. And so they're discussing how to get that done. So, and now we're going to have a moment with Chandran, and that's his protege.
No, we might need a name.
Apprenticeship with Chandran.
See, we got to put a name.
Every time
Some
we
name is
come
going to be
here,
involved.
I feel like
But we
we're
can't put
attending
a
a
name.
master class with
We can't put a
Chandran.
name guy playing your
He has
father.
so much
That won't work.
to
If we
really
were to do an animated film that looks
Yeah,
real,
that's difficult. Now let's
as
first of all get the script
great
done.
I'll send you everything I have.
Yeah, we'll do the script first.
experience.
It's a process. It's not
And
going to happen tomorrow,
wisdom
day
of
after.
the movie
It's going to go like it took me
So,
for a year and a half to
take
do my book,
moment while they're
to
talking.
be honest with you. Okay, these are the things that
To
happen.
get
So
his
we will, once you get it there,
input
we'll go step at a time and
how
we'll
we
keep you
started
informed of what we're doing.
on
Sure.
But I promise you that we will
the
do it.
river,
Appreciate it.
the
And
bridge
I will
on
send
the
you,
river
I will
Kwai.
send you information, everything I have. I have everything already. I'll
Send
you-
everything.
I'll send it to his WhatsApp though.
Yeah.
And
It was a
In search
Columbia
of Johnny
Pictures
Stark. That's the name. Huh?
Presence
Like a,
Presents
in search of
production. This was
I
I
one
like,
of
the,
the
I like the
best
whole thing of like
movies ever
a lot of his life was a mystery, and that we're
in
trying
top
to do
10
research.
of movies.
Like, do you have cuts?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like, did you find anything? I can't
And
find shit. I don't
Academy
see from here,
Award
why can't I-
winner.
It's like the
I need
journey.
to watch this. I haven't watched this myself.
So that's the
Okay.
thing. Yeah. So.
Can I
We'll do
break
that.
in? Are you guys done?
Okay, go ahead, Dave.
Okay. Chandran,
yes.
can you tell us how you started
Started what?
on the movie business? And you said it was with the bridge of River Kwai.
Bridge on the River Kwai.
Bridge on the River Kwai.
A guy
So-
walked into my house and I got friendly with the guy and he gave me a job
Oh wow.
as a gopher.
Okay.
Let's go for this, go for that, clean the toilet, get the tea, and all that.
Okay.
That's how I started.
All right. And how old were you then?
About 16 and a half, about 17.
Okay. And then what was next for you in the movie business?
Hmm?
What was next for you in the movie business?
I worked on the picture and I got friendly with everybody, worked hard, and they gave me a promotion and I became a prop man. Then I worked harder still, and then the property master who gave me the job had to go on another movie, so I took over as the property master. That means that I worked well with the crew, and then they said, if you ever come to London, England, look us up. So I when they left, I left also, and I looked them up, and they gave me a job there. Then I was with the actor Bill Holden, who was on Bridge and the River Kwai as well, as this new picture that I worked in London called The Key, directed by Sir Carol Reed, one of the greatest directors of all time. So then I met William Holden, and he became friendlier, and we became buddies. And he said, if you ever come to Hollywood, look me up. So whenever anybody says, when you ever come to Hollywood, knock on my door, I do that. I knock on the door. And I knocked on his door. And he opened the door and he gave me a job.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I worked at Warner Brothers, and then I made friends, and it's all networking. It's all getting to know the business, and getting to know the business with on-job training, on-job activity, and making friends.
Right.
You become buddies, you have a drink and say, what are you doing next? I'm going to be on that bit. You like to come? Yeah.
So Bo Derek and John Derek. So.
And then I met John and Bo Derek, and I got very friendly with them. Then they wanted to make a film in Africa. I said, no, you make a film in Sri Lanka. And I convinced them to come to Sri Lanka, and we made the film here.
All right. So
And,
how did
that's what
Indiana
happened.
Jones happen?
What do you mean happen?
I mean, how did you bring them to Sri Lanka?
I did not bring them. I was not involved in that at all, bringing them in.
Okay.
They came here because
Yeah.
this was the location,
Yeah.
and the property master wanted to rent an apartment at one of our apartments.
That was the bridge of the River Kwai.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the Indiana Jones.
Oh, Indiana Jones was much later.
Okay.
I met the producer. I contacted the producer of Indiana Jones, and I said, why don't you make the film in Sri Lanka? And they said, no, we are making it in India. I said, okay, anyway, here's my number, call me if you need anything. And then a month goes by and they called me. And they said, do you have a gorge? And I said, yes. I didn't know what a gorge was.
Interesting. And
So then they said, okay, we are flying over to see the gorge. No, I didn't know what a gorge was. So I had to check and see what a gorge was. And then everybody said, you know gorge? And they said, George? No, I said, gorge. And luckily a friend of mine, a pilot, Oliver Ranasinghe, Air Force pilot, said, I know where the gorge is. And he flew us in a helicopter, and wow, all of a sudden, a gorge. And Stephen liked it, and everybody liked it, and he said, okay, we're going to shoot that scene here. Then we go back to the hotel, and then we are having a chat, and then they say, we get word from India that they're building the sets, but they don't like us to use, he doesn't like them to use the word thuggy in the film. They got upset about that. He said, okay. Then they said they don't want to, half an hour later, another phone call. They don't want you to use the word Maharaja in that context. I heard all this and I said, hey, come here. You can use any word you like in Sri Lanka. And I got friendly with them, and nobody will believe this, but lo and behold, the producer got on the phone, boom, called India and said, stop construction, we are making the movie in Sri Lanka.
Wow.
And that's how I got it. In
Yeah.
other words, you got to be a cowboy in this business. A cowboy, what does he do? He has a lasso. He rides and he throws a lasso, grabs them by the neck, tighten it, and drag them home.
right, and that's exactly what Sam Spiegel said about making films in Sri Lanka, right?
That's right. That's right.
And what did he say about?
I don't know what he said.
No, you had a
But, yeah, I
quote.
had it.
I think I will
Yeah,
post
you
that
gave- I
quote.
gave it
Yes,
to you.
yes, I will post that quote with this.
That's how you did. Anyway,
So-
the answer is this: film business is not rocket science. It's the greatest business in the world, the greatest occupation in the world. I did not want to be a doctor because I didn't want to cut people up. And I did not want to be a lawyer because you hear about all the bad things, criminals, divorces. I'm not interested. I thought these are lovely occupation and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It's not like going to work, it's like going on a trip.
Right.
So I'm going to film something while you're doing it. We're doing a double take here.
Yes.
So I just want to.
So now on to Giovanni
now,
asking
Anthony,
him.
I'm here. Johnny, your brother, in Sri Lanka. This is
question
Chandran
from
Rutnam,
Chandran.
who made wonderful films, including Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, and he made According to Matthew. And he's a celebrity director, and he's in Sri Lanka. And I told you I was going to come here today to talk about our movie with Dad. And Chandran, what did you say you want to do about my dad's movie?
I like to make a good documentary. I think because a lot of the new generation does not know him, I want to make it. I like to title it "In Search of Johnny Stark"
Oh, that's nice.
and reveal the personality.
That's an awesome way of doing it.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And then we go in depth into his background and how he did it and how he got where he was, and the disappointments
Yeah.
and the highs and lows of his life.
So you don't want to just focus on one decade. You want to go to the 60s.
No,
and
I want to do
the
it
whole thing.
his life story.
Okay, the whole
That's why I
thing.
wanted to send you all that
Oh yes,
information.
of course. Yeah, I will give it to you. So that's it, Anthony. I just wanted to let you know that we're making progress, and that's it. So Chandran, I want to thank you for your time, and that's it.
I have one last question about your connections with Sir Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley,
Yeah.
yeah.
How did you first come to know him?
Well, when you write a script,
Yeah.
you think of different people playing the part as you write it. You identify the character in your mind with an actor when you're writing it. And I had no intention or could not afford Mr. Ben Kingsley, but I had him in my mind when writing the script. So when good things happen, bad things happen. Every film has a life, has a story of its own, a life of its own. So when the financier who was willing to finance my film, he wanted to act the film. And financing is important.
Is that the hardest part of the business,
Yeah.
right?
So what happened was I agreed, and then he had a stroke, and he was unable to play the part. I said, let's can the movie, forget it, Then he said, no. He said, great guy, yeah. He said, who did you have in mind? I said, when I was writing it, I had Sir Ben Kingsley in mind as the character. He said, let's get him. So I sent the script to Hollywood, and he happened to be staying at the hotel. He lives in London. He was visiting LA. He was at the Hollywood, at the hotel for the shooting. And I got the script over to him, and he does not like to read everything on computers. He likes to read the hard copy. I sent him a hard copy. He loved it. He called me at 11 o'clock at night, and he said, can I speak to Chandran Rutnam? I said, who is this? Sir Ben Kingsley.
Wow.
I said, yeah. And he said, I love your script. I'd like to do it. And I would not, this is the biggest compliment I got, I wouldn't change one word. I'm going to make a film with Martin Scorsese right now. Before that, I have 14 days. If you can fit the whole thing into those 14 days, I will be happy to act. Talk to my agent and discuss the fee. And he agreed. And my producer agreed to the price, and large price. The whole budget of the picture changed. And then we had him here and we shot the movie. And then of course we had to change the other character that is working with him. So I had a local guy, but I had to replace him with a known actor. Then I thought about various people. My favorite was Al Pacino, but I couldn't get him because he was doing another movie. And several big names we went to, but then Chariots of Fire, Ben Cross, I said, let's get him. and he was available, and I got him to play the police officer. So I had a good cast. I had Sir Ben Kingsley and Ben Cross.
And your nephew.
Wow,
Huh?
Ben Cross and Ben Kingsley both.
Huh?
Ben Cross and Ben Kingsley
Yeah,
both.
both. And then I had other actors. I had some other young people. One of them was my nephew, Patrick, and another young actor called Frederick Koch, and other local actors. And it was the best thing about that movie is it got a Hollywood distribution, Myriad Pictures. It was dubbed in 2 languages, which I didn't know, subtitled in 7 languages, and it made a profit, a clear profit of $32 million.
Clear profit of
It was a
$32 million.
It was
Yeah.
a success.
Yeah. Now I didn't even know all this, and I was shooting another movie called Matthew, Father Matthew,
Yes.
and somebody called me from India and said, "Did you hear what?" I said, "What?" "We won the Best Picture award at the Madrid International Film Festival." I said, "Well, I don't know. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me I was even nominated? I would have come there with bells ringing."
Wow.
But they never told me. So anyway, I went for the next award showing, and they presented to me at that time. We won Best Picture Award, we won Best Director Award, and Best Actor Award.
So you have no regrets. You've
No.
done.
I have no regrets about anything.
Chandran, I really want to know, down the line, if we do get funding for Taste of Freedom, don't you think Ben Kingsley would be the ideal for the head priest? of
Yeah,
the
he'll
head-
be good. He'll be good. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. He's a friend of mine, and I'm sure he will join us if we present it the right,
Yeah.
present it properly.
We haven't given up. It is a tough gig in getting funding.
Okay,
Funding is the most
funding
difficult part.
is the thing, but I mean, we'll get it. We'll get it somehow or another. We'll figure out a way to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get
Right
the-
now, I think that,
Keep showing up.
yeah, I
Right?
think my father's story should be something
Yes.
that shouldn't be overly complicated, as long as I
It's a
provide
very easy-
everything that's on the online, all the information about my dad is because of me. And I'll send it. Can you do me a favor? Can you send me a hello on WhatsApp? Because I don't know, I've been having problems with WhatsApp though.
You know, the thing
I've
is
listened
this,
to
the thing is
Johnny's
this,
father,
Giovanni.
Giovanni's father. His,
Giovanni, listen, it's a story to be told. I'll tell you why. Because this new generation, he didn't hit it like Elvis, but his journey to go to where he ended up is a very interesting story. It will inspire other people, other young singers, other young artists.
yeah.
So it's a story to be told.
Actually, he was as good as Cliff Richard in singing, or Neil Diamond, or even as good as Elvis in some of the songs that he sang.
Yeah.
Well, it all comes down to this, though, is that fame does not defy talent. Talent defines fame.
That's right.
And when my dad died, I know you got to go. And I was with my dad when he passed away, and the last thing I said was, "That's it. The curtain is drawn." That was it. And he died, and it was sad, and I just said to Dad, I promise you I'll make a movie about you.
Very good.
And I
Do
walked
it.
out of the hospital, and I was devastated. And I said, in the end, that's it.
So do it.
That's how.
No, we're doing it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And no, because you see, it'll be an interesting
The journey of
journey.
finding out a lot of stuff. If I would have known, then it wouldn't have been as intriguing because everything would have been there. But because a lot of stuff is missing, we don't know how, where he was here or there. It's a big mystery. And I think it's the journey of finding out things is going to be wonderful. But mark my word, though, that people are going to come out of the woodworks. People that maybe knew him, that may come forth later on. It'll be a wonderful thing, though. So I will
Yeah.
get
But
it going.
regardless of all that, you promised your dad you'll make the movie. Now make the movie. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
Absolutely.
So you're good friends with Bo Derek, and you said one time you even made a movie of you all visited Donald Trump in his office.
Bo and I and John John and Bo Derek became very close friends of mine, and we made movies. And we produced a movie called Ghosts Can't Do It, and we had President Trump playing almost himself in a cameo.
That's cool.
What year was that about?
Before he became president the first time. It was a long time ago.
It was like in the 90s?
Yeah.
Are you happy that he won?
Yeah. I mean,
He's moving
you
quick.
know,
He's a
the
quick
world is
mover.
with the victor.
Yes, yes. And don't be a hater.
You know,
Yes.
there's no point complaining about anything. You got to
Absolutely.
go with the flow
Yes.
and help whatever is happening.
Exactly.
He's the right pick right now for the times that we are in.
In our
Yes.
country, same thing.
Yes.
We had a repeat performance of what happened in the USA. Overwhelming victory.
That's right.
Now, if there's an overwhelming victory, what are we going to do? Support
Exactly.
it.
So I'm going to sign off, but before I sign off, I want to let you know that every time we come here, it's like having a masterclass of
Thank you.
movie experiences and the wisdom of the movie business. So please say bye to all our viewers.
Oh,
And Giovanni, can you say bye and hope to see that
Hope to see you at the Academy
you
Awards.
make the movie of your
We're
dad.
gonna see.
Joe, be nice.
Be nice.
Bye.
Ciao.
Thank you very much for
Bye.
watching.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Say bye.